Good job, man. 2K in there.
Nothing could ever keep us from partying, leaving this romance behind. But now you're gone, and all I have is time. And though you're not here anymore, I still think of
Sunday, 15th September. Today is the Sydney Marathon, and we could not be in worse shape or as badly ready. Look at this. Alright, so for people who don't follow me on social media, the whole marathon plan is on its head, out the window, in the blender. It's gone completely kaput 48 hours ago on Friday morning. I went for just an easy bike ride and I came off the bike. It was completely my fault. I was just being inattentive, hit a pothole. I wasn't even going that fast, but somehow the crash was really bad. Grazed heaps of places, but the part that impacts the marathon the most is I gouged a massive cut in my knee and I had to get a whole bunch of stitches put in the knee, which means the mobility of my leg is not fantastic right now. So the whole marathon plan's out the window. The new plan is just to finish. I will just try, even if it means I just need to walk quite a bit of it, I will try and finish it. And what shoes should I wear then? If you were about to do a marathon and you're injured, which shoe would you wear? And this is the lineup right here. Going from order of most comfortable to, actually still all comfortable, but probably like the most race orientated. New Balance 1080, very, very comfy, very slow shoe though. Deviate Nitro 2, carbon plate, comfy shoe, not too aggressive. And we've got the full-on race shoes, the Asics Metaspeed Paris. Which one would you guys wear? I'm still undecided.
Thankfully, I live just down the road from where the start of the race was going to be, so a bunch of my friends came over and met at our place before we headed off. Here's a little flat lay of the things that I end up choosing to wear, and here's how I pin my race number onto my shirt without ruining it by using these little plastic clips. My mate Elton brought out his special District Vision collab with New Balance. These shoes look awesome, and thankfully for me, I was not going to be alone today. There was actually someone here who was worse prepared than me somehow. My friend James had flown up to Melbourne after someone gave him a ticket for the marathon 2 days ago. So he's done zero training and he had decided to just go out and give it a go. So let's see who does better, the untrained person or the trained person with an injury. Last year's Sydney Marathon was notorious for its immense heat wave where temperatures were high 30 degrees. This year somehow we lucked out with the complete opposite, and when we left home it was 8 degrees, freezing. We jogged to the start line and this was a good opportunity for us to warm up, and for me it was the first time that I was running since the accident.
Body update. The main issue I'm having right now is the hip, because it's rubbing against the band of the shorts. It's very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. I put a lot of, I put some Vaseline and some lube on there, but still, it's not going to be pretty, I think. Alex is not happy. Face palming. Yeah, we'll see how we go. We can get some first aid on course, get some freebies, get a free dressing, maybe get some free band-aids out of it.
I remember lying in bed on Friday night after and just being in so much pain and thinking to myself, how the hell am I going to run this marathon? But it's too late to think about that now. I've put on the bib, I'm almost at the start line, and I told way too many of my co-workers that I'm doing a marathon, so I can't back out now.
Alright, our wave is about to roll out. There's so many people here, it's actually crazy. Fully sold out of then. Yeah, wave D, rolling out. You feeling ready?
Good to go.
Good to go. Let's get it.
Our wave finally got called to the start line, and there was nervous energy buzzing in the air. Whilst it was cold, I could see that the adrenaline was pumping for everyone, and jackets were quickly being discarded as we made our way to the start line. There was a bit of a cloud of doubt hanging over me. That 1.5 kilometer jog to the start line hadn't been too successful. I was feeling quite a bit of pain, and I had no idea how I was going to go for this event. All I knew was that I wanted to give it my best shot. As we approached the start line, there was a big screen showing the race that was currently ongoing, and amazingly, the elite field was already at 11 kilometers. Leading up to the marathon, I'd done heaps of the training with my wife, and I'd committed to doing this marathon and run it with her. It's something of a little goal that I wanted to achieve together. So when we crossed the start line here, I was determined to try and keep up with her as long as I could. And she disappeared in the first 100 meters and left me for dead. That was okay though, I didn't really want to slow her down. The main issue I was finding was heading downhill was actually one of the hardest things because it put the most pressure on my knee. Riding on the flat and the uphill was actually easier. And unfortunately for me, the first 5 kilometers of this course had a lot of downhill. But how can you complain about a course when you get to run over one of Sydney's most iconic landmarks and the entire city puts on a show?
Only 41 to go. This is the iconic part of the run. Run down the Pacific Highway onto the Harbour Bridge. Iconic. If Sydney becomes a marathon major of the world, this will be the reason why. Sydney Harbour Bridge. Here we go. And while it looks flat, it's actually, there is a bit of an arch to the deck. So we're running uphill right now, and it does feel a bit harder. How about that? Far out. I think everyone is stopping to get their cameras and their phones out. How can you not? Such an iconic location. Should we get a photo? Yeah, let's get one. That's the 4-hour paces. Look at them go. Woo.
Hey, just
Let's do it, brother.
You see?
4 hours.
4 hours.
Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it.
Puck up. Let's go puck up.
Buck up.
3K. 3K down. Easy. Look at that. The magpie's having a go at the drone. I used to work in that office there. Look out that window over the bridge. 1 York Street. All good?
So we're 3k down and things are going amazing. The vibes are immaculate. So many people were out and about with signs cheering us on, and it was just incredible. The weather, awesome. Nice cool air, sun in the sky, and a little bit of a breeze just to keep us cool. We just run over the Harbour Bridge and we're heading into Sydney CBD now, and we're going to go through some of the most beautiful parts of the city, so I was really excited about that. There's something special about just running on these open roads which we knew were blocked off for us. And apart from my injuries, everything was going really well. My heart rate was manageable, I felt energetic, and I had plenty of gels to go through.
You could leave on the other side there.
Okay.
5K.
I can still remember
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
the first time that we kissed.
Under the bin.
Feeling light as a feather.
Great form, Sydney. Go John.
Always
Thank you, mate.
like this. Just another memory. I don't wanna forget.
What a course. Beautiful.
I don't wanna forget. Just another memory. I don't wanna forget. And I don't wanna do what's wrong. I don't wanna forget.
One step at a time. I think we're on track for a if we maintain this pace, we'll do 4.5 hour marathon. But I anticipate we won't maintain this pace.
Yeah.
Oh,
How's
pace
the leg
group,
going?
4:10. Let's get it.
The first time that we kissed.
All right, so we just finished our little loop around Piedmont. Coming back into the city now. Gonna land on in King Street. And we've just hit the 10K mark right now. Making good time. 10K, 6:30 pace, 140 heart rate, chilling. There's the 10K mark. Went over the timer. So anyone watching at home, I made it at least 10 kilometers. Look at that! Thanks, guys. Are you ready, guys? We're about to get one of the most spectacular views in Sydney, and one of the reasons why this course exists. Here we are. We're coming up. We're going to go underneath the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Not too far ahead of me. I'll get a little bit closer before I turn the camera around, but it is spectacular. Here we go. Boom.
Looking back.
Beautiful.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is recording.
Got 6 stitches in my knee.
Oh my
We're
god!
going.
And you're going,
Yeah, we're going.
going hard, bro. You have to.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and finish. What? Are you going for a time?
No, I just like chilling.
Just chilling? Alright.
Make it super.
Yeah, make it super!
I've got an extra bar. More like.
Hit it! Thank you!
Gummy.
Garmin Bears, let's go! Watch out for the tram tracks. You videoing the whole thing?
That's gangster, bro.
Yeah. Sandals with the
Bro,
socks.
Goodbye. It's baby. Hit my hand, bro. Goodbye.
Fist bump. Yeah.
The real alpha
Yeah.
flies.
At this point, we're about 15k in, and everything just fell into place. Sure, I was in a bit of pain in my hip and my knee, but I could feel that all the work that I did in the training was starting to pay off. My heart rate was well under control, my legs were actually feeling quite good, and I felt like I could actually maintain the pace I was going, if not increase it a little bit. I lost James at one of the water stops soon after, and I decided just to press on by myself. And while I was running alone, I never felt like I was doing this by myself. There were hundreds of people around me on the same journey as me, and thousands of people standing on the sidelines cheering us on.
What a vibe. What a vibe. Let's go. Let's go. The wind is freaking crazy right now. People's hats are flying off, flying all over the place.
Oh, there you
Let's
are.
go, man.
How are you, mate?
I'm good. Thank you so much, mate. You're a legend. Shout out to Shahan. He waited for me here at the 20K. He gave me a fresh can of Coke and a Voltaren. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Come on, let's go.
See ya.
Thank you.
just gone through the half marathon mark and 2 hours 13 minutes. So the 4.5 hour dream still lives. Might be able to do it. Make an okay time. $26K in the bank. 3 park runs to go. Let's go. How cool is this? We're about to pull into Centennial Park. I've done so many laps of this on my bike, but haven't really spent much time here running. Maybe running down the boulevard into Centennial Park. Oh, spectacular. People talk about hitting the wall at the 30k mark, and for me, the wall was my right leg. Because of my injury on my left leg, I've been using my right leg to take most of the brunt of the running, and I could feel my right thigh is really starting to seize up and cramp up because of all the extra work. I tried to put a bit more weight on my left, but it just really wouldn't cooperate. Mentally, I knew that I really wanted to finish and I really wanted to push through, but what I was worried about was that my body wouldn't let me. Over the next 5 or 6 kilometers, a lot of doubt crept in, and I was thinking about the scenario where my only good leg would stop working. When I could, I'd do some heel flicks and some high knees with my right leg, just to keep the muscle a bit more loose. But I kept thinking in my head, what if I don't make it? I'd come so far at this point. People had tried to talk me out of doing the marathon, my body had tried to talk me out of doing the marathon. I told all my viewers and my friends and my family that I'd be doing the marathon, and I'd come over 30 kilometers, only to fail now. And then, at 36 kilometers, something just clicked. I saw a group of my friends cheering for me on the corner of one of the streets, and I had this overwhelming sense that I was going to make it. In that moment, I almost started crying. I just knew I was going to make it, and all I had to do now was finish strong. Final stretch now. Final push, baby. Final push. There's a crazy crowd here. Holy moly. Let's go! Yeah. Wow. I managed to finish the marathon with a fully stitched up knee under my 4.5 hour goal. I did it in 4 hours and 22 minutes. They say that doing a marathon teaches you something about yourself, and what I learned today is that if there's something that I believe I can do, I should just back myself and get out there and do it. And while the last 20 minutes I've been telling you the story of my marathon, there are plenty of other stories out there that need to be told as well. My wife Jess smashed her time goal and she did 3 hours and 51 minutes. I couldn't be more proud of her. And I think one of the stories that takes the day is my dad running the entire marathon with Jess because he didn't want her to run by herself. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about James. James came through and he finished the marathon in 5 hours and 40 minutes. With all our well-deserved efforts, we went back to my place, we all ordered a large pizza each, we ate as much as we could, and then we fell asleep on the couch with the dogs. And there's one more little side story that I thought I'd mention. 2 days later, I went back to see my doctor so he could check up on the stitches. And I got to shake his hand and congratulate him for doing a very good job with the stitches since none of them came out. And I showed him my medal and he congratulated me on finishing the marathon. So it looks like everyone got a happy ending. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a little insight into what my marathon experience was like. And rest assured, this is not the end of my running content. I've got some things coming up in the future. Alright guys, take care and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.